Hello everybody and welcome to your bar class today. Thank you for joining me. So for today's class, it is going to be a standing workout for the majority of the class and you don't need any props for this first section, okay? There is a very small section towards the end of the class where I will give you the option to put on some socks. Obviously, only if you're on a wooden or tiled floor. Don't put socks on if you're on a carpet because it won't work. But that is only a very small section. So if you don't have hard flooring and you don't have a pair of socks to hand, please don't feel you can't do the video because that is for a really small section, okay? And then we will come down to a seated part at the end as well. For the section where I'm using the socks, I will pull a prop in a chair as well, just so that I can lean on something. So if you've got a kitchen worktop or a desk or a unit or something that you can hold on to, then you might need that just when we add the socks on. Charlie is looking at me because he hasn't been for a walk yet today and he thinks I'm holding these socks to take him out. So just so you're aware, that is why he has joined in. Right, so I'm going to put the socks down for now. So no equipment for the start, just yourselves. Charlie, don't steal my socks. No, you can't steal them. I need those. Sorry about that. Right, okay, so when you're ready, we're going to come into first position. So we're going to bring the heels together, toes turned out. We'll bring our hands down, fingertips resting slightly together in first also. Shoulders relaxed, let's come into a plie. So we take a bend and then extend up. So we bend down into plie and then lift. Now, just to recap, while we're doing our plies, knees going out in line with the toes. Don't push the bottom backwards. Think about the tailbone coming down. Lift up and out of those hips and draw the belly towards the spine, okay? I'm going to sweep the arms all the way up to fifth. So we're reaching the hands overhead now. Trying to soften the shoulders, keep the elbows slightly bent and lift up and out of those hips. We're going to take one bend. As we straighten, I'm going to drop one arm down, side reach. As I bend, I bring that arm up. And as I extend, I take that other arm. So I take a plie and a side reach. A plie and a side reach. Okay, so we're now taking some movement into the upper body, getting those arms involved as well. Working into a side bend, so incorporating some space through the rib cage and pressing those knees out in line with the toes. My heels are currently still staying on the ground. So reach really tall, activate through the core and try to stay relaxed and elegant on the top half. Let's do one more here, last one. We're going to step wide to second. So bring those arms down, taking the feet wide to seconds. We're going to come into our plie here. Again, simply getting warm, getting mobile. Recap the plie, knees pressing out in line with the toes. Draw the belly, squeeze at the bottom as you come up and keeping those shoulders relaxed. Don't stick the bottom back. Make sure the tailbone is coming down. Once again, let's sweep those arms up to fifth. So you're kind of making a frame. Fingertips are gently coming together. Elbows are soft and shoulders are sliding down the back. Squeeze your glutes every time you come to the top. Pull up through those thighs. Now, every time we extend, we're going to come back into that gorgeous side bend here. Plie and reach. Plie. So try not to go too fast. We're simply warming up into the legs, creating space through the torso, and simply getting our body warmer, moving that blood around the body, increasing the oxygen supply, and building a tad bit of heat in those legs. So see if we can drop a little lower. We've got two more here, last two. Creating space, movement, and activating the mind too. Let's bring those hands all the way down, bringing the feet back to first now. Heels together, toes turned out. We come back into our plie and lift. So plie and extend. So knees going out in line with the toes, same as what we did a minute ago, keeping the heels down. This is your first level. If you'd like to stay here, know that this is absolutely fine. If you would like to, come into a releve, lift both heels and then plie and extend. So I'm staying in the releve. So the heels are staying off the ground. Knees are still pressing out in line with the toes. Squeeze through those thighs as you come up to center. Activate the glutes as you stand. Maybe we can sweep the arms up to fifth, whatever option you're doing with the lower body. We can all do fifth with the upper. I'm staying on the balls of the feet, pressing through the balls of the feet to push up, to work through my thighs. Keep pressing those knees out. We've got 2 more here. Last 2. Come down and hold into your plie. Arms open out through center. Come up to fifth. Again, port de bras, arms open out. Come down. We come up through to fifth. Can you do 2 more? Don't go faster. Lower down. So we're staying in that plie, whether you're in a releve or not. We've got 1 more. Lower down. Reach up. Extend the legs. And lower down, heels to the floor. Nice. Let's come to seconds. So feet wide, heels in, toes out. We take our plie and stand. So exactly the same. Basic plie here. Heels down. Knees going out in line with toes. Spine is long and lifted. Draw the belly in and keep everything else gorgeously relaxed. You know that modification that I'm going to bring out, okay? So if you want to, come into releve, heels lift, readjust, and then we continue with our plies. Test your balance. Maybe you can go low. Maybe your movements are a bit more restrictive now. Can you keep those heels off the ground? They start to shake, don't they? Or is that just mine? The legs are shaking. The knees are pressing out in line with the toes, keeping those heels off. Can we bring the arms up to fifth? So whether you've got your heels down or your heels up, doesn't matter. Reach those arms up to fifth. Squeeze the bottom. Keep pressing those knees out. You know what I'm going to say. You're waiting for it. Come down and hold. Arms come out to second. Through center. Up to fifth. Port de bras. Arms open out. Are your heels still lifted? Are your knees pressing out to the side? Are they still bent? Is your tailbone coming down towards the ground? Are you opening those arms delicately? Using your breath. 1 more, 1 more. Arms open out. Lower down. Extend legs. Heels down. Come to first. Nice, good. Okay, make sure you've got some space behind you. We're going to do some fourth attitude work. So feet together in plie. Heels together, toes turned out. We'll transfer our weight to our right leg. You're going to work with your left. So bending the left leg, hook the toes simply onto the right calf, and the left knee's turning out to the side, okay? We're going to take our arms up. So right arm comes up to the ceiling, left arm comes out to the side, soften the elbows. Keep the leg in that shape. We come to fourth attitude, and then tap the foot to the shin. So I'll lift the left and tap. Lift the left. Sounds so simple, doesn't it? Lift the left. Keep that leg in that turn out shape. So the knee is turning out to the side. You're opening through the hip. The right leg is staying long. Work the balance. If you need to tap the toes on the floor at the bottom, know that that is an option. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. We don't want to take our tension into the upper body. The upper body is long and lifted, and the work is coming from the legs, the power of the legs. Let's lift and pump for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take that left leg all the way round to the back for a curtsy lunge. Arms are the same. So I bend both knees. Now as I come through, I'm going to lift that leg back to that fourth attitude. So the left leg goes back, curtsy lunge, bend both knees. The left leg sweeps through, fourth attitude. And again, so I'm stepping back, bend the knees, curtsy lunge, sweep through, lift and hold. We've got 2 more here. So big bend here, knees down, sweep through, lift that leg as high as you can, keep that turn out going. Last one. Let's come into our little pulses for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it down on 1. Let's do the other side. So turning out through the hips, so the feet turn out, bending into the right leg now. The toes just rest onto the shin. We sweep the left arm up, right arm comes out to the side. Let's lift the right leg and tap. Lift the right leg and tap. So we're lifting really tall out of the left leg, finding our balance. We're not holding on to anything this time, so it does make it more challenging, more of a core workout here. Okay, so the legs are firing up, but we are testing the balance today. And by sweeping those arms up and out, we are also sculpting into the arms and the shoulders too. Let's lift and pulse. So lift that right leg for 6, 5, 4, don't let it drop, 3, 2, sweep that leg all the way around the back. Find your curtsy lunge, bending down, and then sweep that right leg through fourth attitude. So curtsy lunge, the foot goes behind, you bend both knees, and then sweep that leg through, open the hip. And again, so we bend both knees, sweep through, curtsy, and lift into fourth attitude. Keep the arms really open, lifted through the chest, a super proud moment. Let's come into that pulse. Sweep that right leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the arms down. Awesome work. Okay, if you've got a pair of socks, Charlie hasn't stolen them, we're okay. Quickly pop your socks onto your feet and grab a prop. So maybe you need to move me on the camera to find a unit or something, or maybe you've got a chair. Just something you can hold on to. It means that we can focus on the legs mainly, okay? So we're going to be in first position here. We're going to take the right arm out to second. We're going to bend, press that right leg out, second position, and then push off, come back to first. So have a little play. You're going to slide through the foot, bend the knees, and then push off through that foot, come back in. So I slide, you see I'm slippy sliding with the sock, and then slippy sliding, the ball of my foot drags across the floor. So really activate into the inner thighs. Okay, so I'm really feeling those inner thighs kicking in as I slide my foot across the ground. So you can really get that momentum to find that connection between the ball of the foot and the floor. And that is what you really want to do when we come to bar work. You're continuously pressing your foot into the ground to get that connection. So you switch on through those inner thighs. And you should feel a difference as you press that ball of the foot into the floor, all through the groin, down the inner thigh, possibly into your calf. So keep pressing that leg through. So I'm pushing out and then sliding off. Keep that right arm out to the side if you can. I know the arm might start to hit a tad bit of fatigue. Let's see if we can do one more here. And then sweep up through to fourth attitude. Okay, so we're going to take that leg out to second, slide it, and then slide it in, sweep it up, fourth attitude. Out to second, bend both knees, press off, sweep up, fourth attitude. 2 more, push it all the way out, bend the knees, slide all the way up, fourth attitude. 1 more, can you go low, 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 and then sweep up, hold it here, lift the arm, stay in here for 5, taller, 4, 3, smile, 2, and 1, bring it down, beautiful job. Let's change sides. So you can still do this section without the sock, without the wooden floor if you need to, but if you are on carpet, be careful. Don't need to get friction burn on your foot, okay? So the left arm opens to second. We slide the left leg down now and then push off as we bring it back in. So you slide down and then push off, bring it in. So start to suss it out. It takes a little while to get your bearings, to get used to what we're doing here. But once you're there, once you've got the flow, press that left foot into the floor and really use that left leg, slide it across the ground as you come back up to first, heels together, toes out. Should, like I say, feel it through those inner thighs. Try and keep that arm out as well so we activate through the shoulders as well. Great for these inner thighs, team. So bend, bend, bend. Find that deep plie. Make sure you drop down every time, but the chest is always lifted. Shoulders are always over the hips. Yeah, we don't want to collapse the body forwards, okay? So we're bending, pushing out, and then sliding through that foot as we come all the way back. So the legs get a bit shaky, but you're doing really well. You've got the support of your prop so you can go deeper into this plie, yes? Start to sweep it up, fourth attitude. So we go out to the sides, Sweep it up, fourth attitude. And you'll suss out where you can go. When I go too low, I think, oh, I'm not going that low again. So just play around with it. Find your bearings. Notice how that feels. See if you can still get that turn out through that left leg. We've got one more here. Last one. Big press. All the way up. Sweep the arm up. Hold it here. Elegant posture for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Beautiful. Okay, pop your prop to the side. We don't need the socks anymore either. We are going to come onto the ground. If you want to quickly grab a mat, you can quickly grab a mat if that feels better for you. We're going to do some seated arabesque. Okay, so right leg's coming in front. Both hands are going either side of the right leg. We're going to work with this left leg. So we're going to lift that leg into arabesque and then lower it down. So that left leg is staying bent as we lift and lower. Try to only have your fingertips on the ground. Don't collapse that body forwards, and try not to lean too much into your side body. So draw the belly in towards the spine, and we're breathing out as we lift that left leg off the ground. If that's too intense, know that you could practice lifting the knee only and possibly leaving the foot on the floor, okay? If it's accessible to you to be lifting this left leg entirely, we're going to lift and hold. We bring the knee to the elbow and then take the left leg back. So I'm sweeping that knee around and then taking the heel towards the bottom, keeping that leg off the ground the whole time. So I'm sweeping the knee around and then taking it all the way back. So active through the tummy, keeping the upper body lifted, maybe hinging the body forward slightly as that foot goes back. Let's do one more. Bring that leg out to the side. Pump it up for 6, 5, 4. Smiling. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Good. Let's change sides. So bring your left leg in front now. Right leg to the side. Either simply lifting the knee or lifting the entire leg off the floor. Set yourself up so we're not collapsing the body forwards and using that breath. This is not only going to work your groin, your hip, it's going to work into your obliques as well, which is that side muscle down the tummy, okay? So you're really going to use that as we fire up and lift that leg as high as possible without transferring our body weight too much, okay? So breathing out as we lift. Inhaling as we lower. So let's take a couple more here. Staying strong. We're very nearly at the end of class now. And then we're going to lift that leg. We're going to sweep that knee around and then take it back. So the knee's going to come around to the elbow and then it's going to go back towards the bottom. And we're keeping that leg off the floor the entire time. Maybe allowing the body to come forward slightly as that leg goes back, which is absolutely fine. Doing whatever feels right for you. Try to persevere, stay strong. We've got one more in here, shall we? And then take that leg out to the side. Take our pump for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come into a cross-legged position if that's okay for you. If that's not okay, soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to drop out to the side. Maybe in your cross-legged position, you'd like to sit on a pillow or a rolled up blanket or something. We're going to allow the body to fold over. Let the head drop. Let the shoulders soften and the elbows slightly bend. Big breath here as we allow our body to curve over so we can stretch into the hips and the glutes because they're feeling pretty tight at the moment. If you are cross-legged, switch over, bring the other leg in front and then fold back into your cross-legged seated posture. Know that there are plenty of stretching videos on your members area. A good one to head back to is the March stretching series, which is each individual video is for each individual body part. So you might find ones on there that are specific for like the glutes, the hips, or if you go into the pre-recorded stretching series, there are so many videos on there. So maybe try a quick stretch after this if you have time. Peel yourself all the way up. Bring those knees together, and thank you so much for joining me for this bar class today. Let me know how you found it, and hopefully I'll see you again really soon.